The umbrella trade union body in Trinidad and Tobago calls for a reversal of decision to close the state-owned oil refinery. And in sport, West Indies selectors recall Sunil Ambrose and Jomel Warrican to the test squad. I'm Ricardo Roberts and this is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, August 29. I'll be back with the details in just a moment. The umbrella trade union organization in Trinidad and Tobago today demanded that the government rescind a decision to shut down the oil refinery at the state-owned company Petrotrin. The Federation of Independent Trade Unions and Non-Governmental Organizations, FITON, says the decision is ill-advised and was hastily taken. It further charged that in announcing the move, the government had abandoned its publicly stated position of consultation and engagement with the recognized majority union at Petrotrin, the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, and has engaged in a one-manism and governance by arrogance. Petrotrin confirmed at the news conference yesterday that it is ending oil refinery operations within the next months, leaving 1,700 people out of work. It said the move was aimed at curtailing losses and returning to a path of sustainable profitability. But in its statement today, FITON said the decision was not backed by any sound and cogent financial, economic and social analysis and arguments. Meantime, the President General of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, the OWTU, has warned Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley that the closure of the refinery spells the end of the ruling People's National Movement, the PNM. Speaking shortly after his union met with the Petrotrin board yesterday, Ansel Roger said Rowley will find himself out of office.
If anybody in the PNM have any sense at all, they too were scared, because he's taking them straight back into opposition. There's where he will leave the party, into opposition. But you know, with this action, it's not just opposition, he will leave that party in shambles or perhaps even non-existent.
Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown says his administration will not be bullied into arresting alleged Indian fraudster Mehul Choksi. His comments follow a recent request by the Indian authorities to arrest the billionaire businessman who is believed to be in Antigua. Choksi, who is wanted for alleged fraud in his homeland, was granted Antigua and Barbuda citizenship back in November 2017.
This is a matter for the court, and I believe the Honorable Attorney General made it abundantly clear that the matter is now in the hands of the Director of Public Prosecution. We're a country of laws. We have to respect the constitutional rights of our citizens, and I believe the officials in the CBI, they understand the process. My understanding is that Mr. Choksi's nephew is in a similar situation in the UK. I'm not aware that they're making any such demands on the UK government. Just like the UK government is a sovereign government, the government of Antigua and Barbuda is a sovereign government.
Antigua and Barbuda is one of several Caribbean countries providing citizenship to foreign nationals who make a substantial investment in the socio-economic development of the islands. Brown says his administration has already signaled its full cooperation in the matter.
But this idea that they can force us to take any decision that goes against the laws and constitution of our country, and one in which they are trying to force the executive to meddle in the domain of the judiciary, that is something that will not be tolerated. Having said that, we remain fully committed to assisting where possible.
Over to St. Kitts and Nevis, where opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas has reiterated a call for a national consultation on crime following the murder of the 32-year-old son of a senior government minister. Michael Mitch Liburd, the son of Minister of Public Infrastructure, Posts, Urban Development and Transport, Ian Patches Liburd, was shot several times on Monday night as he got out of his vehicle. Douglas, a former prime minister, said the fact Liburd was the third person from varied backgrounds to be killed in the space of 10 days was a gruesome and disturbing reminder that crime is no respecter of persons. He said it is inherently a social problem and should never be politicized. Douglas reissued the call for a national commission on crime comprising all stakeholders in government, opposition, the media, non-governmental organizations, and the business community to share ideas about how to effectively reduce crime and to create the necessary interventions that would prevent crime from occurring in the first place. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Coming to New Jersey, the official national soccer team of Jamaica will face the national team of Ecuador. September 7th, 8 p.m. at the Red Bull Arena. Jamaica versus Ecuador with all their stars. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or at the stadium and at a Delgado travel agency near you. Free admission for children under 10. Restrictions apply. Jamaica versus Ecuador. Brought to you by SPD Sports. Don't miss this exciting match.
I could work as hard and eat as much as a man when
If you got beauty, then raise them up, 'cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom.
I think the performance dipped a bit, so it's a 4 from me.
Orville, John Star. I don't know. The first thing is the costume, them not do nothing, they don't say nothing.
Every inch of you is perfect from the bottom.
West Indies selectors have recalled batsman Sunil Ambrish and left-arm spinner Jomel Warrican to the Test squad for the tour of India starting in October. Ambrish has not played international cricket since he broke his arm on last December's tour of New Zealand when he made an ill-fated Test debut. Warrican played the last of his 4 tests 2.5 years ago, but had an outstanding series against England Lions earlier this year for West Indies A. Left-hander Devon Smith, recalled for the series against Bangladesh and Sri Lanka this year, had been dropped along with fast bowler Miguel Cummins. Led by captain Jason Holder, the Windies will play in 2 tests, 5 ODIs and 3 T20s during the tour. Chairman of selectors Courtney Brown, who congratulated Holder and his team on the excellent performance against Bangladesh, says the successes against Sri Lanka and Bangladesh should hold them in good stead during the India series. West Indies and India have played 94 tests against each other since 1948. West Indies has won 30, lost 28 and drawn 46 matches. And tickets for November's ICC Women's T20 World Cup went on sale on Monday, with organizers hoping for a strong response to the relatively cheap prices. Now, fans will now be able to access tickets online and also be able to visit box offices which open in 3 host countries, Guyana, St. Lucia, Antigua, on October 29. The first ever standalone women's T20 event will see 23 matches being played from November 9 to 24, and the Chief Executive Officer Johnny Graves says the sale of tickets marked a key stage in preparations for the tournament. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.